Hello, I got your email and I just want to show you. I'm just going to reply by showing you so that you can see exactly where you need to go. So this is my front page. This is my front page for my public speaking class, which is online. And even though this is a Glendale class, it's exactly the same way as my PCC classes, but since we don't normally teach Speech 101 online, I'm going to show it to you here. So if you look, this is what my front page looks like. I have the announcements like I told you about, so that's the first thing they see when they get on there. And then I have some navigation instructions for them about how to find what they need to find on Canvas, including links to Canvas, a link to the syllabus and calendar, and how to get to modules, which is where your actual class is located. All right, but in terms of your question about announcements, announcements live in a couple of places. One, they live right here in the navigation toolbar. You can see announcements, and if you click on that, they can go back and they can see every announcement that I've made since the beginning of the semester. And I make them pretty regularly. It's a really quick way to keep in touch. And the way they receive that information is if they have their settings set up, and you should suggest this to them, that they have their settings set up so any sort of notification coming from announcements or emails from you or grade updates or whatever, that they get an email about that. So it'll get forwarded to the email that they're using for PCC. And of course, they can also have it forwarded to their Gmail. So they need to go into settings and they need to set that up, because then every time you make an announcement, they'll get a notification that there's an announcement for them to read. But this is how you put it on your front page if you want to. Let me show you that. You scroll all the way down here and you go to settings, click, and so you stay on course details, scroll to the bottom and click on more options. And then when you do that, you can see show recent announcements on course homepage. And I've got 3. You can, and I clicked, you can click all these different things that you want. Like I clicked let students attach files to discussions, let students edit or delete their own discussion posts, let students organize their own groups. So in case something comes up and we're going to use announcements or they're going to respond to an announcement from me, they can do that. So for instance, I'll show you an announcement that I made about what's going on with school. So touching base about all the stuff. So I made this announcement and you can see that I allowed it for people to reply. So they could reply, we could discuss this particular issue with moving everything online right here. Now that doesn't affect this class because it's already online, but still I wanted to touch base with them. So that's how you do the announcement part. So let's go back to the home page, and this is what I always tell my students, and I'll tell this to you: when in doubt, go to modules. Because modules, I'm going to click on it so you can see my classroom. This is what everything looks like. I have everything set up here by week. You can see all that. But you asked me specifically about creating a discussion board where students can talk or ask questions. So I have this, my virtual office, right here at the top of modules. And so if you click on it, this is a place where they can ask me questions and I can answer them and other students can answer them. And all it basically is a discussion board. And so you can see that I've got it set up. So this is how I post a question. So I have another link to a discussion that I set up earlier that had some directions about how to post in discussions. And then what if I have questions about my grade or an issue? And this is where I tell them, then please, visit me on my email for those kind of questions. But you can see that students have gone through and they've asked all kinds of questions about different assignments. And so then I just answer them right here. And then that way people and other students can answer as well. So that's it. So that's what it looks like. And I just call it my virtual office. You can call it anything you want, but this is how you make that. I'll show you. So first of all, you would go to assignments And I have my assignment set up like this. I have speeches, and then I have another group for participation, another group for discussions, and another group for quizzes, and another group for extra credit. So when you're up here, you click this for your groups, and it'll give you an area to make that. So in this case, if I'm going to make another discussion, I'm just going to scroll down here and click this plus, and I'm going to go to discussion, and then that's where you're going to create it. That's where you'll create this new discussion that you're going to make for your students to ask and answer questions. Then, so let's just do it, and then I'll show you how to add it to modules really quick. So we just go to discussions, and I'm going to make a new discussion, and I'm going to do, this is a test DB discussion board, and it's going to be due tomorrow, and it's worth 0 points, and I'm going to save and publish. Then after I save and publish, I need to go back in, and let's see if it, and there it is, right? So I go to edit, and I can change it to say whatever. This is a place to, you know, ask me questions and for us all to discuss. If you have an answer to a question, go for it. Okay, so I'm just going to put it like that. If you want to, so you go down here, allow threaded replies. In this case, it says graded, but maybe I'm going to say it's not graded, since it's just a discussion board that you're asking questions. I'm going to allow liking. I like to do that because then people can click on stuff that they like just for some more interaction. And I'm going to click save. Okay. So then let's go back to modules. When in doubt, always go to modules. So now we're in modules. And let's say that I've made a group, a module for welcome. And I'm going to add a new discussion. So see the plus? Discussion. Scroll down until I can find test DB, add item, and there it is. Okay, so if you do that, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. If you do that, you'll be able to see that you can add it wherever you want. Now this is modules. If you need a little prep on modules, let me know. But that's basically how you deal with this announcement issue and then creating a discussion where you put it. So I always look at it like this. The home page is the door to the classroom. Home page is the door, the doorway to the classroom, and modules is the classroom. So here it is. Now, in this case, let's say that we are going to go for a month. It sounds like we'll at least go for a month based on what I heard today. Then you might want to set it up for the next 4 weeks, or maybe you have your class divided into learning modules, so you could do it that way too. Okay, so let me just show you that real quick while we're here. So here's what it looks like with me online. I do it by week. Okay, but let me show you what my on-campus class looks like. So that if I need, which I'm going to be converting, which I need to convert to online, which we're going to meet at the same time for a while, so there's not much. But let me show you what that looks like. My modules, same thing. I've got the same type of front page as my online and on campus. But if you go to my modules in here, you can see that I have learning modules. My on-campus classes are divided into learning modules. And right now we're in learning module 3, which is, we're in learning module 2, informative. And so I've got all the information set up like this. So depending on what you're going to do, are you going to teach at the same time as you normally do, or you're going to teach completely online, might determine how you set up your modules, your online classroom. So that's just a little comparison for you to take a look at. So let me find, so that's my answer to that. I hope that helps. If you need more clarification, just let me know, because I'm just grading and, basically, you know, at home. So let me know what you need because I'm going to be online most of the evening grading my 101 class anyway. So I'm happy to help. Okay, bye.